everyone. Today is a special day that I'm gonna make some kind of Cambodian sour soup, that what we call beef belly and water spinach lemongrass sour soup. So the ingredient is there are two different kind of beef belly. One is a honeycomb and one is a tripe. The tripe is a lot tougher than the honeycomb, but for me I like the honeycomb better because it got some kind of different kind of texture and it's easy to cook. So we have to chop it up about in the strip. About a half an inch or size of your finger, like this. It's not too big and not too small, and easy to eat, and plus it cooks faster too. I'm just gonna cut it like this. Now a lot easier if you cut from the inside out, because when you cut out from the outside in, it's a little bit tougher. So if you flip this way and cut from the inside out, it's a lot easier. And I found this beef belly at Walmart. So in my area, I live a little bit far from Asian stores, so this kind of food is not really convenient. So, but luckily it is available at Walmart. So this is the tripe. A lot of good stuff you make in the different kind of soup, but my favorite is make this sour soup with lemongrass. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in the pot. And just chop the size you want, but I just like in half an inch pieces, so it cook faster. Maybe it take for the whole process, maybe it take an hour together. That's for me. And you know, I never like to cook in small portion. I always like to cook big portion. And this is the easy sour soup, not like some other that they got so many steps, but this you can just put all the ingredients all at once and boil it until it's tender. Taste it. When it tastes right, tastes good, and it's done. This is so long, so I'm gonna slice it one more to make it a little bit shorter piece. It's a little bit hard on the hand. You have to have a really sharp knife to do this thing. If not, they're gonna hurt your finger, hurt your hand, gain the muscle on your arm. Yeah, almost done with this, and I'm gonna show you how to put more ingredient. ingredient like I show at the beginning of the video. Got a few things in there that Asian foods always have. Asian food is well known that rich in sodium. If you have some salt problem, sodium problem, you better stay away from Asian food. If you want to make the food taste right, you can't deny the salt. And now we put the ingredients together right here. So the first one that get in there is grind lemongrass with galanga root, with turmeric roots, and kaffir lime skin in this, and lemongrass, of course. Let me grab a spoon real quick. And this need a lot of lemongrass to make it taste right, to make the texture right, and to make the color right. So I use a lot of, because this about 3.5 pounds was the beef belly. And I use this to help with the sour, because I normally use this ganya things, the dried ganya fruit, but it take a long time for it to put out some sourness. So the quick fix is this powder that make in Philippines for the sour soup. It's special. It makes special for sour soup with the tamarind in there. So I just, this is what I got left from the last time. It's got some salt and sugar and stuff in there too, so don't pour it too much in there if you just make a little food. So this is fish sauce. It's an oyster sauce. I've been using this brand for about 10 years now, and now seems like the price going up double. You know, before the pandemic or last year and all, seems like it's cost $3.99 a bottle. But I bought it a couple days ago. It's cost $7.99 a bottle, and it's still out of stock. I'm able to grab just 3 bottles. It's because of out of stock, supply shortage and stuff like that. So now is our sugar. Need to put a little more sugar since we got a lot of salt in those tamarind powder and fish sauce. So I add a little bit more of the salt, of the sugar, because I'm going to add a little more salt. I'm going to add some salt to make the sour a little bit sharper. So, but don't go crazy and add it too much at once, because I already cooked this for since I was 10 years old, so I already know how much I need to put in there to get close to the flavor I like. So that was 30 some years ago that I'm cooking this kind of food. So now we mix it together a little bit like that. Mix the lemongrass and all into the meat, and all the salt and sugar and sour powder and all mixed together like this. And I'm gonna just put this. You wash it, you soak it in the hot water, rinse it out and wash it really good, because sometimes got some kind of powder on it, because the way you store it for a long time, and sometimes. So I just put it all in there. About this about 8 ounces was this dry ganya. I believe that's what it called. I have to do research on that name. So just kind of mix that dry fruit in there, because it's need to be cooked with the juice All right, it's all done. And this water spinach, we're not going to put in there right now. We're going to just put in the last 10 minutes when the soup is done. So when the soup is done cooking, the meat is tender enough to eat. You just put the water spinach in there and cover it and done. So, all right, let's put this on the stove. So now we got the pot already up here, and we can go ahead and turn the stove up on high like this. And for sure this meat gonna have some more juice cook out of it, like every other meat. And I already got my rice cooking right here. So the rice already done. Put it to the side right there. And let this cook until it starts to boil. Let it boil for about 10-15 minutes before you add some juice, before you add some water to help it cook longer, because it needs about 20 to 30 minutes to boil this meat tender. So let's cover it to help the food boil faster. Keep the heat in there. So just cover it and let it cook, and come back in 10 minutes and check with me, okay? So now it's been 10 minutes. Looks like the food is start to boil. Look at that. It smells so good. So you just stir it up a little bit. Let the stuff up top go to the bottom as it cooks, so it color the food with this pretty yellowish green lemongrass to the meat. And let this dry garcinia go to the bottom to meet with the juice. Look how much juice it has already. Look at that. I didn't add any water, but now look at it. Already got some juice, about 1.5 inches in the pot. So I keep this lemongrass handy nearby, because in case the lemongrass in there is not enough. Let's look like it has enough. So let it boil a little bit, 10-15 more minutes before we check the taste. So now looks like our food is boiled a little bit longer. Boil the juice kind of down some. So stir it a little bit more, and then I'm going to add some water. These 2 cups water. Need some 2 more. So I'm going to turn the heat back up to high, or close to high. And you can tell that as you stir it, the meat is not yet tender. So you need to boil a little bit, a few more minutes. Plus need this juice to boil a little bit before you taste it. So looks like I need a little bit more water, since I have more water spinach to put after this. So it looks like I have 6 cups of water over here. So about 1.5 liters. So I'm gonna let it boil a little bit more. I'm gonna taste it. If it tastes right, tastes perfect, I'm gonna just go ahead and add the water spinach to it. Okay, come back in 10 minutes and to check our soup again. So it looks like the food is already cooked, boiling. Let me, it smells really good, really good. Let's stir it up a little bit before I taste it. So perfect. A little bit salt, but when you add water spinach to it, it's gonna taste just right. because the water spinach gonna take out some salt and flavor and stuff. And all right, let's add some water spinach to it. This is the best that I can find in my area. Alright. I'm not wasting much, even the leaves, because they are hard to find and they're kind of expensive. So, like that, and let it boil about 5 minutes and turn the stove off. And then you're done. Alright, our food is done. It smells so good. Let's serve. Fix in the bowl. Look at that. All yellow and green. It looks so pretty. Let's get in our bowl. It's the big bowl. Me and my hubby gonna love that. Big pot of rice. In the cold night like this, with this sour soup, it just make you feel like refreshed for the weekend. Woohoo! Now just add hot pepper to it and good to go. Our sour soup is done, ready to serve. Come and eat with us. Tastes so good. Come on, join me.